Y'all see it, man. Did y'all really think that I was gonna let my truck down? So y'all see it back up and running. Just pick up some of it. Y'all know I'm rocking with the Laser ZX series with the adapt system and the 921. This mower right here, y'all, is a great mower, man. Yeah, so today we got a lot to do. So my guy should be here in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna get in the truck, get in the other camera, but I just wanted to show y'all that tenacity, willpower, self-discipline, and saving your money so you can take $1,000 hit. You know, I'm talking to the young guys. I'm talking to the guys that are just starting out. I'm talking to the guys that want to do their own gig, right? That want to get off the fence, and most of all, they want to get out from under that man. You know, the man, the one that you're punching the clock for right now. You know, you want to get out from under that, and that's what the channel's all about. Deuces. It's what's today? Today's Thursday, man. So I just did a little intro in the shop, you know, just kind of showing what I go through every day. Not, you know, just basic stuff, man, you know, just getting ice. It's good to have an ice maker up in the shop for sure. What else I got? So I appreciate the views yesterday on the video. It ranked #1, and it wasn't even about no drama. So that's great. Yeah, man. After I did the video yesterday, I got done eating. I went out with the other truck and did one little property that was been a little bit of a thorn for us. You know, based on the routing and all. And then while I was out doing that, when I got done there, I went by and I picked up this truck by the shop. The truck was ready at the truck was ready at 3:30, and they got the truck at 1:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. So you can't put enough emphasis on that. The downtime, to me, in this business, when things go wrong, the downtime is there's nothing, to me, there's nothing more important. Because when equipment goes down, which is truck or trailer or anything, trick is getting it back up and going, so you got options. You don't want to let things like that sit in the shop for 2 weeks, because then something else is going to happen, and then you're going to be all the way down. And if you're not, you know, and I'm talking to the young guys, if you're not banking your money and stuff, and preparing things for days like yesterday that I had, they're going to get you, and it's going to cost you. And my suggestion to the young people out there is to bank your money, man. At the end of the day, you can't never have too much money in the bank when you're in this business. And if you see that if you feel like you got too much money in the bank, there's always a piece of equipment you can go buy. So just say it. There always is a piece of equipment you can go buy. The more equipment you have, well, especially in the lawn maintenance, the more mowers you have, trucks you have, trailers you have, as long as it makes sense financially now, you know. Well, number one, if I don't have the second truck, then I don't never sell the Kia car, right? I sold the Kia car, the only reason why I did was I didn't really need another vehicle, and I didn't really want the Kia anymore, because I knew that if I kept using it in the business, and I knew I wouldn't be because of the other truck. When I bought that other 250, I knew then that I was going to sell the Kia. It was just about me selling it before my birthday, so I wouldn't have to get a tag and all that again, emissions and all that. So down here where I'm at, you got to get an emission sticker every year on a car like that, and on anything. But the vehicles that I use in the business, the two F-250s, you don't have to have emissions. And I'm telling y'all, that's a big deal. Even if you don't want an F-250 or 2500 or you know. But when you step to the F-250, no emissions required. So check engine light can be on all day long and it doesn't matter. The last thing I want in my business is to be dealing with a check engine light for some government crap that don't even matter, that is bound to come up in an older F-150 or any vehicle, you know, because of the age of the vehicle and everything. And then you can spend a fortune, literally, and downtime too, if that's the only vehicle you got. My suggestion to people, and I don't know everything, and is get a F-250. That's the best. That's the best, or a 2500 or something that doesn't require an emissions. And that's one less thing you got to worry about. It's kind of I kind of look at it like the same way I look at the wheel tires on the mowers. Yeah, it costs a little bit more, but never to have to worry about a flat tire. You can't put a price on that. You can't. And if you think you can, get out here in this heat and have a flat tire. And then you'll be thinking, especially if it's like on a Sunday or whatever. Most guys, I guess most guys don't have a spare mower tire. Some probably do. I will admit, but I never did, because the damn spare tire and rim was $250 or whatever, $300. So I never had a spare tire, because I mean, damn, I'm already out, you know, all the money on the mower that I purchased. So in the years that before I bought wheels, I never had a spare tire. But again, that's one thing about buying the same mowers. If you have a mower that's older and raggedy, and but you can still use it, and then you got a newer mower that you're using every day, and the newer mower has a flat tire, well, you can take the tire off the older mower and put it on there. That's why I like using the same style, same brand, same size mowers. Of course, you know, you got to look at too, when you're buying commercial mowers, you know, the quality of the mower that you got. I know that the mowers that I got are top of the line. And there's going to be people argue that, or debate that Skag's better. There's going to be people that debate that. But I know this: if I can't cut it, can't nobody cut it with a lawnmower. So that's a fact. So, but I'm pulling up to the first one, y'all, and I'm just, you know, it's a beautiful day. It's 70 degrees, man. It don't get no better than 70 degrees, y'all. Sorry, Charlie. So this yard's getting tall too right here, man. Maybe I'll put the microphone on. I ain't got time, man. I have to kick it, man. So this is a property that I used to, as I'm just showing y'all, I used to go around and around, right? I used to love it. And then they put that bed there. And that bed's been there for 10 years. I've been doing this one, well, probably 16 years. And I went up on the price 3 times in the 16 years. It's sweet, it's easy, it's in my neighborhood. But I used to just go around and around the house like the donut thing. But once they put that there, what I do now is I stripe it this way. I add an angle to where when I'm going up through here, I make sure that the corner of my deck, right on the corner of that concrete sidewalk right there. And usually when I do that, well, of course I'm blowing it out. Now, if I had a chute blocker on here, I would drop it and just go straight up in there. But when you're a G out here and you've been doing it for a long time, you naturally will do that. It's hard for me to explain, really. And y'all been over here 100 times. I don't know if that truck look good. Oh my God. And I cut this part right here really low. Look, I'm on 1.75, y'all. There's no yards that I cut that low. None. But you can cut this grass that low. Now in the back, it's like a football field back there. I'll probably take it up to 2 1/4 in the back. And that just makes it, but when you cut this real low right here, it really looks nice. And it's the kind of, I don't know, it's the kind of, this is the kind of, well, it's just, I don't even know, it's field grass to me, but I can make it look really nice. So, yeah, but, and she does her own bushes, and she does all her own landscaping. Now, all I do is mow the grass and weed eat. So, and again, I've been doing this property for 16 years, I know of. Ever since, well, I was doing this property before I even bought my house. So 17, 18 years I've been doing this property before I even became a business. Now in that bed over there, she doesn't like me to do anything in that bed. She don't want to spray or anything. Every now and then one of my guys will weed eat around in there a little bit, but she don't really like to do that. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna set y'all up on the trailer somewhere where y'all can kind of see me cut this. And yeah, but the reason I don't go round and round, and if I did go round and round, what I used to do is I would start right there at the corner, come around, and then go around, and then do that again, and do on about the third time, I would straighten that line out, and I'd bring it this way, right across that corner, and then I'd get going like this, and then I'd go around all the way out, back up the driveway, around, all the way out. And a lot of times what I'd be doing if I do it like that is I'm pushing the grass toward that tree and all those boxes over there, and then I would get it over there under that tree, and then I would just kind of go over it and spread it around a little bit where you couldn't see it. It was a pile of grass. And that's the equivalent really of well, it's equivalent of bagging the grass, really. And you know, I would never spend the time to bag the grass here. I love cutting this type of grass because it's not, I don't know, it cuts good, you know. Of course, I got top of the line mowers, everything cuts good. So, deuces. And so that's how I cut the front yard over here. Yeah. So the backyard, I do it totally different. The backyard is a field. I go round and round. I don't go back and forth. Number one thing I do is I pick the deck up higher. So we put the deck on about, we'll put it on 2 1/4. And I'm going to make the line out. So one thing that I notice when I have guys on jobs that don't have a whole lot of mower experience, or they just never really thought about it, is I always cut, bear with me, so I always cut the outside edge, and of course I'm blowing it into the wood line. And on this particular property, it could be different. If that's a manicured bed, well, you got to approach things different. You're going to come down through here and you're going to blow it this way until you get all the way over, and then you can turn around and come back the other way. So, but what I've noticed that a lot of guys do when they're doing stuff like this, it looks like a straight field. And when you go around the edge of everything, you're doing all this, right? Coming down through here to get to where I'm at right now. But if you're going around and around, as you're going around and around, if you keep following that same pattern, by the time you get out to here, you're way over and way over. So what I end up doing, and I tell the guys that work for me, is I get that and then I make another pass blowing it toward the woods and follow that same pattern. And then as I'm going around and around, blowing it out, right, out, everywhere, out, 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 and out, I'll straighten this line up where we don't have so many of these. A lot of guys, even guys that say they were in business for themselves, they come down through here and they'd make one turn, you know, hugging the edge, and it's not a straight line. And then so every pass they do, they just make that radius they created in the beginning bigger and bigger and bigger. And then by the time you get over, you know, 40 feet over this way, your whole thing is like that. When really the guys, and I try to tell them, And if you got any experience on a mower, I know you're doing it like this. You got to be. I mean, it just looks so much better. But like right now, I know this property so well. I could go up through here right now and we could straighten all this out and then kind of just fill in, and then where you got a straight line here. And so then when I turn around and I'm blowing it out, I'm not making all these turns. You don't want them to turn unless you have to. That's my thinking. Now, if the whole yard is a manicured yard and the driveway does all that and the walkways do all that and that kind of thing, well, you might follow that for the whole front yard or backyard or whatever. But on something like this, no, man, you want to get it as straight as you can, because when you get over in there, it's thick, and you want to make sure that you're going straight and you're not turning and all that. It's just a quick little thing that I do. Maybe I'll set y'all up behind me somewhere and y'all can kind of see how I get this straight. Okay, but that's just a point to ponder. I see guys out here, you know, coming out here and working for me and stuff. They just keep following the same thing, and that'll work, but that ain't now if you have to go back and spend a bunch of time fixing it, it ain't worth it. But as long as you're doing it in the flow of going around and around the property, right around and around the backyard, because a field like this, I'm not going to go back and forth. Some parts of the year you can, but usually I just put a guy back here on a mower and say follow the line, and I don't have to worry about him, you know, going crooked on the straight lines. But when you get over there on that side, it's really thick, and if it was a special thing, then I might do that, but it's not. She don't, you know, I've been cutting it 16 years or so, I've never gotten a complaint from her, I don't think. If I have, it ain't been in the last 10 years. I don't think I've ever gotten a complaint from her. So I'm trying to see a place that I could put you guys. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now it's straight. I can get a little straighter on the end out there because I had to go in further this way to hug the bed, because the bed is a lot further in. So as I'm walking around, I put one more pass and all that'll be straight. But I can start going this way now, you know, around and around and be done. It never get out of whack. Okay, y'all, so this is one of the commercial accounts. They own a couple properties that I do, and this is one of their newer ones. Y'all been over here, so what I've been doing is I've been spraying the beds and everything. Y'all can kind of tell how I've been spraying. Now, we're not responsible for this right here, but these leaves under the tree. And if you don't have 12 tires, I guarantee you, I guarantee you don't have one of these in your damn tire. That's one of the main reasons why it's like the tires are a magnet for these things. Okay guys, so we're moving right along, man. We're at the farthest one away. This is one of the ones that we were supposed to do yesterday that we did not get to. And then we did two in the neighborhood as well. I did the two in the neighborhood first. Usually I do them, they can go either first or last. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me, but it's all about efficiency, because if we have to, I like doing them in the morning usually, And I like to space them out so we can do like 1 or 2 in my neighborhood every morning before we get out into the traffic, especially since school done started back. So, yeah, y'all. Just a courtesy, that's all. Okay, so this is a property here, y'all, that I do. I've been doing it for about 12 or 13 years. It's been, I had a couple of owners. These owners have been here about 5 years. So I stick edge it the last time, but y'all see how the Bermuda's not growing, so I won't stick edge it this time. I'm just gonna touch it with the weeder, because you gotta, I gotta walk up through there and go around. And y'all see I haven't cut yet. I always weed eat before I cut. I just do, that's just the best way for me to do these properties, the properties that I do. So my guy is over there at the one over there that I always have whoever's working for me do. It's a little bit of push mowing in the back. I've been doing that one over there for 15 years, give or take, maybe even longer than that. This is the one where all the, the arborists kept telling me, you done killed that Japanese maple in the front, and it needs trimming right now. So all the bushes over there need trimming, and that's an every 2-week job, to mow that lawn. So what I'm gonna do is, that'll be a job for next week to do all the bushes, and then she'll pay me to go on and mow the grass while I'm in there too. Me and her just talked. I knew that the bushes needed it, and I texted her yesterday when when my truck went down and everything, and I realized that it's going to be hard for us to incorporate that. And a lot of guys are going to come at me and say, well, dude, you just need to work later. I'm not going to work later because of because help can't get to work on time, or something like that, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying my hours are what my hours are, and I'm going to go home and eat lunch every day. I don't give a damn. That's just how it is. But if I'm going to try to do that every day, but sometimes you just can't. But what I do is I'm pretty smart about how I move things around, because I've been doing the property so long. And I can do some properties, closer to my house after I get done eating. But lunchtime is kind of like non-negotiable. I like to have the guys off the clock and everything by 3 every day. That's just, and I might be wrong for that, but that's the goal. Now, it doesn't always work out like that, but usually it does. When things like yesterday happened, well, we did the best we could, and then I did the best I could once we got off work. But I don't care nothing about having guys out here till 5 or 6 o'clock every day. Well, I don't have enough work for that. I don't. So at the end of the day, that's the reality of it. I'm just small time, man. I'm just small time, talk a lot of smack, that's all. But as far as running a great big business, I'm not a great big business. But as far as the yards I do service, I've been doing them a long time. So we're gonna do this one. He's in the back cutting that one, and I'm finna cut this one, but I'm gonna weed eat first. I ain't gonna get no footage of me weed eating and stuff, man, because it's just a waste, man. Y'all see what it is. So I'm we're still over here. I just wanted to point out this, and I'm not calling no names or nothing, but you see this yard, it doesn't look neat to me. They just scalp the crap. There's no finesse here. None. They don't. It just, it looks like they got bent blades. But when I get done with this one, they cut it. My thinking is, and I might be wrong, I'm not a grassologist or nothing. My thinking is, if they pick the mower deck up one setting, just like, you know, from whatever they're cutting on about a 2 1/4. If they put it on about 2.75, that would look so much neater. Yeah, and in the back, you can see in the back, I'll show y'all when we go back there. See, I don't think this is that neat of a job. Yeah, it's cut, but it's not that neat to me for the kind of properties that these are, right? So, and they're cutting it too short if you ask me. But and I believe they use I believe they use a mulching mower on this, and it just leaves a bunch of trash, man. You know, I'd rather have a bagger than a mulcher, you know, me personally, if I'm going to make it look neat. See, if I were doing this property, and I know these people pay a lot, because the last company that was here, they told me what they were making, and I want to say they're making about $300 a cut. At $300 a cut for this right here, I would bag this this piece. I would either have a guy push mow it, or I would put the accelerated bagger on my mower and start it in the middle there and go around and around the bed, bagging it, and then it'd just be one nice, you know. This over here is the one that I cut, and I haven't cut it yet, but you see all that Dallas grass in there? Oh, another thing too, I want to tell y'all, I did order the Action 4 camera, the DJI Action 4 camera. This camera does give a lot of detail. I don't know what to do about that, but I'm about tired of the GoPro. I don't like the way the files come in and nothing. So, and the DJI Action 4 camera will sync with my new microphones. So, deuces. But like Chad over there at Green Acres was talking about yesterday, the Bermuda grass is not hardly growing anymore, and he's in my same area. So y'all see, very little coming off of it. And I tried to take a lot off. That took too much off of that one. I don't know what they do. Look how nice and neat this deceiving. This backyard is very deceiving. If you try to stay on a 2.75 back here, you're messing up. We're probably gonna be on like a 4 back here. Yeah, but you see, look, I would never leave a yard like that. Y'all see all that? And that's because of the mulching mower cutting this big stuff. The mulching mower just doesn't do that great. That's a mulching mower. That's what a mulching mower did that. I want to say a mulching skag. I've seen them over here. Well, I never see them over here every time I come over here. But see what that looks like. Mine's not gonna look nothing like that. Mine's gonna be taller, greener, and not have near the dry clippings in it. And I'm not using a mulching mower or a nothing. I just think that when you get on big stuff, man, and yeah, there's no way I would have left that yard like that. $300 yard, ain't no way I'd have done that. So yeah, so let's make a pass right here. And I know off the muscle that I'm gonna be on a 4. I might even be higher than that. So let's just see. Let's just see if I'm on the right height. Yeah, I can look and tell. I might be a little bit high or low. That's a lot of grass. Big area. You gotta weigh that. So I'll make this first pass. Can't stop in the middle of a pass, and then I'll raise the deck up probably a 4.5. So. Okay, y'all, so yeah, man, we got done, man. It was a grind today, man. We had well, we're way about, well, we're about 4 lawns behind, really. We didn't even get to everything that we needed, but we caught up a little bit from what we missed yesterday. And then tomorrow, the thinking is, if we get started at a good time, that we can you know, catch on up and go into the weekend totally caught up. That's the goal. What you don't want is to have properties left from this week and they get moved to next week. Now you're losing money. When you have to move them from week to week, well, not only are you losing money, but you're not getting the money for the property, but you're also losing money because now your density is doo-doo. So yeah, man, that's the most important thing, man. So my guy did good today. Couple little curveballs this morning, but other than that, once we got going good, we were going good. And I'm telling him, you know, hey man, you don't have to work so damn hard. You don't. So, and his mom and all of them watch the channel. So, big shout out to Mom. What's up? I'll be meeting you pretty soon. But you know, dude's doing good, man. I can't say he's not. And y'all know if he wasn't, I'd be damn, you know. But we got to get a better start in the morning, you know. Other than that, it takes us a while to get going, it seems like. But once we get on that first one and we get moving, we're gold. I mean, we're you know. I'm not sure what we did today, but I want to say it's going to be probably right around $850 or something like that. I got to get home and calculate. But that doesn't mean anything because yesterday I lost $1,000. So I didn't lose quite $1,000 because we did make about $400 or $500. So, but that's what you got to do when you're a baller out here, y'all. So. But hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to wrap up the week on a high note. And yeah, we've done all the hard stuff, all the traveling. Tomorrow we're all around here. I bet you tomorrow I'm gonna have my guy run the other truck. Tomorrow I bet you we don't travel total for the whole day. We probably don't travel more than 15 miles the whole day. That's as far, I mean, the whole day combined, every 15 miles more on the speedometer when we pull off, when we get home than when we pulled off in the morning. So everything's real close. The density's great. We got 4 in Willowdale to do. We got a couple on the way over there. Yeah. So, hey, y'all know what it is. It's Sammy Time Thursday. Deuces.